Hi, Ma'am Jane. Today, I will explain to you Islam. By the way, my name is Vincent Livy Magikyang, and today I will explain to you Islam. Of course, I have my fellow classmates to explain to you the other parts of our main topic, Islam. And today is my main parts of our topic is Islam only. We all know that Islam is one of the most and also known for peace and submission. With founded in 7th century with Prophet Muhammad, widely known as 1.9 billion followers today, and the religion was a second of the largest religion in the world, with cultural and spiritual and legal of the lives in every religion. And today, let's start it out. And Islam is the youngest among world major religions, but has become the second largest group with more than 1.5 billion adherents. The Arabic term Islam, which means surrender, particular Muslims share the same belief with Jews and Christians. The God covenant with Abraham is the foundation of their faith. When we see Jewish people, it refers to the Jewish people are the ethno-religious group with nation originating from the Israelites of the historical kingdom of Israel and Judah, and whose traditional religion is Judaism. In short, they are the people who worship in Islam or in Judaism. The people of Israel came forth from Isaac, the son of Abraham and Sarah, while Muslims claimed that Abraham became the patriarch of the Arabs through Ismail, his son by the Egyptian servant Hagar. Hence, this became the start of the widespread faith of the Muslim that is considered one of the fastest growing religion in the world. And also we have Abraham. Abraham has 3 wives. First, we have Sarah, Hagar, and Keturah. First and foremost, the first wife of Abraham is Sarah, but supposedly Sarah bare a child or a son of Isaac. And also Hagar have their own son with Abraham called Ismail, and the third one, Keturah, has 6 children, but supposedly I will not say their names because it's really tricky to read their names. First, the son of Sarah, Isaac, but supposedly the first wife of Abraham is Sarah, but the first son is Ismail, the son of Hagar. I don't know what is the story behind of this, but I searched in Google that Sarah, the first wife, but the the first son of Abraham is Ismail. Supposedly Ismail is the son of Hagar. And you don't know that there was a time that Abraham sacrificed his own son Isaac from the God. Supposedly that was a human sacrifice. But aside of that, the God sees that the Abraham, he want to sacrifice his son for things. But supposedly the God bring a angel, but I don't know who is that name. But a lot of things that I compile in ChatGPT, there was a known for Gabriel, the angel of God. He bring it to save Isaac from the death or the sacrifice from his father. And this is the summary of all in Islam. First, we have the place of origin. The place of origin Islam is begun in Arabia in the Middle East of Asia. And the second one, the God, known for Allah, founder Muhammad. Sacred text, Quran is the central religious text of Islam. By the way, when we say Quran, it is a sacred book or a sacred text. But in Christianity or a Christians, we use a Bible for our use in the way we worship God. And we have sacred building, homes whenever they are. In fact, even in the streets, Muslims also worship in mosques with holy places, temple, mosque or mosque. And we have major festival Ramadan, Eid al-Fitr, and Eid al-Adha. When we say Ramadan, it is a time for fasting era. Just like we say, they will not eat all day or all night. And we say Eid al-Fitr, it is a time to stop the Ramadan era. Or we say they will eat. And the next festival we have the Eid al-Adha, When we say Eid al-Adha, it is a time to sacrifice anything that has life, just like animals. But except of that, they not allowed a human sacrifice. And the time that they will eat, and also they will give a food to their neighborhoods, that Eid al-Fitr, and also that the major type of festival. And we have the last. We have main branches: Sunni, Shia, Abadi, Ahmadiyya, and Sufism. That's it. And that's it for today's video. And thank you for watching. I hope you learned something today all about Islam. And don't miss the Abraham's story with Isaac and his wife. And also, the next reporter today will be Mem Patricia Mabrada, and she will report the 3 pillars of Islam. Supposedly there was a 5, but aside of that, I give it to the other member that they will report it. Bye!
Mom, we tackle about Muhammad. Who is Muhammad? A man meditating alone in the cave near Mecca received and religious visions. These visions laid the foundation of a new religion. The year was 610 and the man's name as Muhammad. And the belief system that arose from Muhammad's ideas became the basis of one of the world's most worldly practices religions, Islam. Muhammad was born around 570 in the city of Mecca, located on the Arabian Peninsula. We proceed, and before we proceed to the topic of what is Islam. First, Muhammad was born in the oasis of Mecca around. He began hearing the voice of God in cave on the summit of Matthew Hera. As God spoke to him in the Arabic language, he first disclosed this revelation to his wife as he was preaching a new order built upon the will of God and the people's submissions to him. And now we proceed to Islam. We proceed to what is Islam. The term Islam is an Arabic word that means submissions. As cited from Ong and Jose 2016, Islam means to surrender or submit oneself for obedience to God, or to enter into a conditions of peace and security with God through allegiance and surrender to Him. More, a Muslim is a person who surrender or submit himself to obey God. The term Muslim means came from the Arabic word submission. Ang paraan sa Muslim sa ilang pagsamba kay God, to obey God, ihatag nila ang kaugalingon or i-surrender, i-submit nila para madawat nila ang ilang kaayuhan or sa pagsamba sa Ginoo unsay mga way nila ug gabilib sila sa usa ka Ginoo. Din naa sila mga step gestures or sila mga rituals nga himuon nga the way nga musumba sa God. I know we are natin mga differences sa pagsamba sa Ginoo. We are natin mga lain-lain yung mga religion. But Muslim, he believe one God. And Christianity, na sila similarities sa Muslim o Christianity. Galing ang Christianity, he believed the Holy Trinity, the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, and Amen. Then the Muslim, ang ilang paraan kanang ihatag ba nila ilang self, surrender, like para po sa ato ang like kanang i-surrender nato atong kaugalingon sa God, aton i-surrender aton strength and weaknesses, o sa mga problema nga ma-face naton aton i-surrender agad ba nga dili ta magunan sa Sara kay numan sa island. De natay mga surrenderan like mga atong mga problema di naton nga sarili because maka-effect sab naton na like na mga iban nga makakuan sila like na sila'y makakuan sila ng decide sila og suicide. So like reflect lang nato sa atong self ang Muslim sila kay surrender nila nga self sa Ginoo mao ilang the way nga musamba sila. Then tani po sa tuwa di ba nga kita we need to surrender as people of God we need to surrender ourselves to God. Mangayot og prayers, always prayer, then may guidance sa Ginoo nga okay ra like Ginoo like mga nana tagay mi may panglawas, then hinaot pa unta nga pay mga grasya nga abot sa amoa. Then naman tay mga lain-lain nga mga needs. So na mga problema naton di natin sarili. We need to pray, then we need to surrender ourselves in God. So that is my understanding about Muslim ilaha kay the term Islam submission in Arabic words submission. As a people of God we need to submit ourselves. And we back Muhammad, he is the first hearing the voice of God, and malandungan niya malandungan niya ang mga words sa Ginoo ug iyang gi-reflect sa iyang kinabuhi, I think. And Muhammad came from the poor family, and his family is active of the politics. And that's all. Thank you. And also, Muslim also believe that Islam is the complete and universal version of primordial faith was revealed through the prophets, including Adam, Abraham, Moses, and Jesus. In the Quran, in the Arabic, to be the unlettered and final revelation of God. The Prophet Muhammad alone has revealed the undiluted truths from Allah, which expressed in Quran, Manaloto, and replied us in 2016.
The term Allah, used by Muslims to refer to God, is derived from the Arabic words al, meaning the, and ilah, meaning God or deity. This reflects a fundamental belief in Islam that there is one only God. The Prophet Muhammad emphasized the oneness of God, a core tenet of Islam that classifies it as monotheistic religion alongside other faiths like Judaism and Christianity, which also teach the belief in a single supreme. And Muslim, usaray lang gituhan nga God, which is Allah. Muhammad, the founder of Islam, died in 632 CE at 62 years old. Despite opposition from the pagans, he successfully spread the message of Allah by the time of his death. Islam had a special across the Arabian Peninsula and laid the foundation for becoming a global religion. Muhammad, usa ni siya ka-founder sa Islam. Who is Muhammad? Muhammad, born in Makkah, Saudi Arabia, died on June 8, 632, in Medina, Saudi Arabia. Muhammad was an Arab religious, social, and political leader and the founder of Islam. According to Islamic doctrine, he was a prophet who divinely inspired to preach and confirm the monotheistic teachings of Adam, Abraham, Moses, Jesus, and other prophets. The Quran is the sacred text of Islam, meaning recitation or reading. It is believed to be the direct revelation of God's speech to the Prophet Muhammad, delivered over the period of 23 years. The Quran is regarded as the ultimate source of guidance for Muslims and serves as the foundation of the Islamic faith, covering all aspects of life, including moral conduct, law, worship, and personal development. Its teaching shape the core beliefs and practices of Islam, which is recitation, or reading.
Good morning, Ma'am Vam Jane. My name is Patricia C. Faborada, and today I am going to discuss the three pillars of Islam. But in clarification, there are five of them, but only the three is I'm going to discuss to you because my other members of the group will be sharing it also to you. Okay, so the three pillars of Islam that I am going to discuss are the Shahada, Salat, and Zakat. So let's start in Shahada, or the profession of faith. So this is the most important belief in Islam because it is a declaration that states that there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his messengers. And by saying this with belief, a person officially becomes a Muslim. So pag musulti ka ani with belief, you will become an official Muslim. So, and it is the core of Islamic faith, affirming the belief in only one God, which is si Allah, and acknowledging that Muhammad is his final prophet. So that explains the Shahada, or the profession of faith. So now let's proceed to Salat, or the obligatory prayer. So Muslims are required to pray 5 times a day. So imagine they're going to pray 5 times a day. And before praying, they must clean themselves, which they call the ablution, by washing their hands, their face, and feet. And the prayers takes place at specific time of the day, which means like at dawn, noon, mid-afternoon, sunset, and night. And also, during the prayer, Muslim face the city of Mecca, where the Kaaba, or the holiest site in the Islam, or the holiest site in Islam, is located. So that is Salat, or the obligatory prayer. And lastly is the Zakat, or the charity or alms giving. So Zakat means giving a portion of one's wealth, usually like 2.5% to those in need. And this act is seen as purifying one's wealth and helping reduce inequality by supporting the poor and those in need. So, very generous kaayo ang mga Muslim, no? Ang mga kaya-help sila sa mga tao nga gakahinanglan ko. And it is not just a charity, but it is a duty for Muslim to share their blessings to another. So that is very important also. If we share some blessings to other people, then we can get much more blessing. Diba? Pag na-share ta, naapay mas labaw nga moabot sa tua because of our kindness. And mauna siya ang gihimo sa mga Muslim, sa mga people nga gakahinanglan yun. Gakinahanglan yun. Diba? And that's it. That's the 3 pillar of Islam that I shared to you, ma'am. And I hope you understand, and I hope you enjoy watching. Thank you so much.
So let's proceed to fasting and Hajj. So first, let's talk about fasting. In Islam, fasting is the practice of abstaining usually from food, drink, sexual activity, and anything which substitutes food and drink during the holy month of Ramadan. Pinanggili sila pwedeng kaon from dawn to sunset. So let's proceed to Hajj. Hajj is an annual Islamic pilgrimage to Mecca, the holiest city for the Muslim. It is one of their 5 pillars of Islam alongside the declaration of faith. Muslim is obligated to perform Hajj at least once in their lifetime.
So now we're going to talk about sacred buildings or mosque, or in Islam they called it Misjid, which means place of propitiation. It is a place where they worship Allah, and this is a place where they gathered for prayers, spiritual gatherings, and other community events. So there are two types of mosque. First is musalla and the second one is jami. So musalla, it is a mosque referred to an informal and open air place of worship. It is specifically used during special occasions like Eid celebrations. And jami, it is a mosque specifically used for communal prayer on Friday, which is Friday is the very important week for Muslims. So now let's going to talk about the key points of the mosque. First is mirhab. A mirhab is a wall of a mosque or a religious school. It indicates the direction of Mecca, which Muslims face when they were praying. It is an architectural symbolic focal point of a mosque. And the second one is minarets. These are the tall towers that you often see in a mosque. So now we're going to talk about the Islamic calendar. So the first month of the Islamic calendar is called Muharram, often referred to the sacred month because it holds a special place in Islamic tradition. It is a time for Muslims to reflect their spiritual growth. And the third month of the Islamic calendar is called Rabi al-Awal. It is also known the spring and the birth of their prophet Muhammad. And Ramadan is the ninth month of the Islamic calendar, and it is also considered the holiest month for Muslim. It is time for spiritual reflection, increased devotion, and fastings. So fasting is the most prominent aspect of Ramadan. It is obligatory fast by the Muslim. It involves obtaining from food, drinks, and other physical needs from dawn to sunset. Sawal is the time for Muslims to celebrate the completion of Ramadan and reflect on the spiritual lessons they have learned during that month. It is also the time for joy and gratitude and renewal as Muslims embrace a new month with renewed energy and committed to their faith. Eid al-Fitr, the most prominent event of Sawal. Eid al-Fitr is a joyous festival that marks the end of Ramadan. It is a time for feasting, family gatherings, and expressing gratitude for God's blessing. And the last month of the Islamic calendar is Dhu al-Hijjah. It is a month of immense spiritual significance for Muslims. It is a time for pilgrimage sacrifice and renewal, reminding Muslims of their devotion to their God and committed principles of Islam.
Selected issues concerning Islam. First, the holy war or jihad is a controversial requirement given to Muslims by their faith, which is usually a mistranslated term. Jihad literally means effort or struggle, pertaining to the pursuance of a Muslim way of life. This is often taken literally by the jihadists to go into war by wiping out those who do not adhere the Islamic faith. On the one hand, Muslims can opt to perform jihad among themselves as they struggle towards life and not to choose violence. Ong and Tusi 2016. Second, people. People tend to associate Muslims as terrorists because of the many instances of war and chaos related to Islam believers. Abu Sayyaf, Mount Group, etc. However, is as cited from Ong and Husi 2016, is a religion of mercy that prohibits terrorism, war, and destruction of human lives, and properties do not embody the ideals of the Islam faith. That is why it is wrong to speculate that all Muslims are terrorists. Those Muslims who participate in terrorism are completely abhorred by the Islamic religion.